Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with our weekend reading for the weekend of August 24th, 25th and 26th. Thank you for joining me. So I was, pulling out the cards and everything, and I realized that I forgot to hit record. So I already finished shuffling the cards. So same thing, close your eyes, think of a number between 1 and 5. You can choose one card, 2, 3, or 4, or all of them, okay, to take away the guidance from each of these cards and see what resonates for you. Keep an open mind, and we are working on divine timing here, so give or take a couple of days for these energies to transpire, to manifest. Okay, and I pulled 2 additional cards to serve as overall guidance, overall energy, overall guidance for everybody watching. And what else? I think that was it. Okay, so let's start with the overall energy first. I was also saying that I'm a little tired, so bear with me if I'm not always making sense. That's why. And also the cards were very jumpy as I was shuffling them, and I got a message to say that it's important to relax this weekend. It's important to calm down, to nurture ourselves, our loved ones, especially with the full moon in Pisces on the 26th. I understand that is very, very healing energy, so it's very important that we make time for ourselves and we allow to feel this energy. We allow to be healed, as it were. Okay, so let's see, number 5, authenticity, and this is sovereignty, independence, uniqueness. Right, so it's bringing it back to ourselves. What is it that we like to do? What is it that makes us happy as an individual, as an independent individual? What is it that sets us apart from the rest? What is it that it's just our passion? Okay, it's just something we do for ourselves that makes us unique. What's our gift? What's our hobby? What's our dream? It's important to remember that this weekend. It's important to honor that this weekend. Also, spend some time alone, gather your thoughts, allow yourself to heal, do something only you enjoy, do something by yourself during this time. Get some time, as much as you can, really, because I know, life is very busy for all of us, but it's really important to make time for ourselves. Okay, oftentimes we make time for everyone else, and we make time for all our responsibilities and everyone else and what they need and all of that, and when it comes to ourselves, we say, I'll be fine, there's time for this, later, and before you know it, it turns out we never make time for ourselves. Okay, so really important to make time for ourselves, to allow ourselves to bring to the surface, to remember what it is that makes us unique, what it is that kind of sets us apart from everyone else, because we all have that unique skill, unique gift, unique dream, and it's important to honor that this weekend. And contemplation, number 36, reflections, rumination, musings. So the energy of the weekend, again, and 36 adds up to a 9, so it's some sort of completion. So it's the full moon, so obviously things coming to culmination. That's the energy of the 9 as well. And with the number 5, it talks about change, so making a change in the routine, making a change in the pattern, making a change in doing same old or in the same old way. And if that means making time for ourselves when we never do, okay, that is a good break in the pattern. And take time to contemplate, take time to look at where we've come, how far we've come, how much we've had to work to get here, what we've had to sacrifice perhaps, but also the accomplishments, what made us stronger. Oftentimes the most difficult experiences are also what we give thanks for in the end, because they teach us about ourselves. It's uncomfortable, it's painful, it's difficult as we're going through them, but looking back, we realize actually as a result of that, I learned quite a great deal about myself. Where I feel a lot stronger now, I feel a lot more confident now. I proved myself wrong because I thought I would never be able to do something like that, and in the end it turned out I had to do it, and I did. Okay, and then contemplate about the future. Where would you like to go? What is your dream? Where would you like to travel? What is your dream home? What is it that you would love to do for a living? What is it that you'd like to see in your family? What is it that you'd like to see in your own relationship or in your love life? What could be for you? Okay, so it's very still type of energy, almost like you know, when you lie in bed almost waiting to fall asleep. That kind of energy, okay, is what I'm picking up on. It's when we reflect upon the day very briefly, in a few seconds, in a flash of a second. We just go over the day, what happened, and then we kind of drift off into dreamland, okay? Same kind of energy is what I'm picking up on here. So now let's look at each of the cards. So card number 1, we have the 8 of Cups. So with the 8 of Cups, this is about walking away from something that has been depleting us. So maybe the change in pattern is us walking away from a situation or walking away from a job because, or a person, a way of thinking, because we have outgrown it. That's what the 8 of Cups represents. It's not that we're walking away defeated. We're walking away because we've come to the realization that actually I don't need this anymore, or actually this doesn't make sense to me anymore, or actually this doesn't fulfill me anymore. Or actually, I want something more. I think I'm ready for something more. I'm ready for a new beginning. I'm ready for new steps. I'm ready for a new place, new energy. So it's just that it's a little bit bittersweet energy because maybe we're leaving something that we were familiar with, but at the same time we're happy about it. We're excited. We're hopeful because we know that it's just the natural course of things. We're ready for something more. We're just ready. It's just time. And we've worked very hard to get here, okay? So this is our reward. We get to move on. So again, with the 8 of Cups, this is also very healing energy because we are walking away from something that was depleting us, okay? And I feel that for a lot of us, this talks about the situation of us trying to fit into a box that we just do not fit in anymore. A situation that it was a comfort zone at one point and it made us feel safe, but it's become a bit of a gilded prison. It's become something that we now are ready to move on from, to escape from, okay, to break free from, okay? And it's that kind of energy with this 8 of Cups. So that can mean, it can just mean, you know, traveling and kind of collecting your thoughts and doing some contemplation on a lower level. That's what it can mean. You know, it doesn't have to be something big, massive change in your life, but it can be where, you know, we walk away from a job, or we walk away from a relationship, we walk away from a friendship because we're just different people now, and that's just what it is, okay? No one's made any mistakes and there's no reason to be angry. It is what it is, okay? It's that kind of situation, and let's wish each other well and be on our individual paths, okay? It can be moving, it can be travel with this energy of the 8 of Cups that is coming up for you during this weekend. Card number 2, we have the 4 of Wands. So with the 4 of Wands, this is what we're coming into. This is success, this is celebration, this is being acknowledged, this is recognition. So some sort of success is coming up for you today, or throughout the weekend, really. And it can be with work, it can be with your business, it can be that now you are seen, whatever that means for you, or now you're in the spotlight. Everyone is aware of who you are, what you're doing, your accomplishments. Very popular energy here. With the 4 of Wands, again, it can come up as moving, as a new home, or harmony being restored within the home. So maybe traveling to be with family, families coming to see you, there's family reunions. There could be celebrations happening like weddings, housewarming parties, even christenings, okay, with this energy of the 4 of Wands. It's happiness in the home. It's harmony within your career, within your business, within your relationship. Okay, that is what this 4 of Wands is. So celebrate, rejoice, allow yourself to be happy, okay? Don't think about everything else just for a second. Allow yourself to celebrate this beautiful success that's coming up, okay? Or this feeling of harmony, this feeling of contentment, of okay, it's finally okay, it's finally stabilizing. I can finally say, yes, I'm happy. Okay, so that's a beautiful feeling. Card number 3, we have the Wheel. So the Wheel of Fortune, this is a major arcana energy, and it does talk about change, and it is about change that is meant to be, because this is fate, okay? This is karma. This is cycles ending and new cycles completing. So that big wheel there almost looks like a full moon. So it's definitely cycles ending, and we're walking away from something, and maybe walking away to walk our own path, to do our own thing, to do what makes us happy, because it's changed. Our perception has changed, our understanding of things has changed, how we view ourselves, what we expect of ourselves and what we expect of others has changed. But it's a beautiful change, it's a blessed change, okay? So once again, this can be felt internally for some, where we just wake up one morning and we just feel different, and we want to do different things, and we have different ideas, and we have different thoughts in our minds that we maybe didn't have until now. Maybe we feel different things, or we feel differently about certain people or situations in our lives, and it's not something to fear. It's just because a cycle has ended, we have healed from something to have that change in perspective, and now we are given a new beginning, and now we are giving a new cycle that we can make whatever we want it to be. So that is the more spiritual meaning. It can represent, once again, moving. It can represent meeting the love of your life. It can represent a blessed child coming into the world, like a miracle. Okay, it can represent changing your careers. It can represent starting to walk the path of your life purpose. It can be a big change, but it can be a big change in your outer world, or it can look like a small change in the outer world in the eyes of others, but for us, we feel that it's a big change, okay? But it is blessings coming in with the Wheel of Fortune. The wheel is starting to turn in your favor now, okay? Card number 4, we have the Temperance card. So with the Temperance card, this is divine timing. It is healing, okay? Very, very healing energy with the Temperance card. So this can talk about, again, just making time to do nothing, if that makes sense. Making time to just relax, to just be. It can talk about going to a spa, going to spend some time in nature, changing your surrounding one way or another, even if it's, just temporarily you go on a trip and you visit a new location, for example, or you visit a sacred place. With this energy, it's very spiritual energy coming up as well. For others of you, this can be making peace in a situation, being able to meet in the middle, being able to come up with a solution that pleases everyone, because this is blending of two perspectives, blending of extremes, blending of conflicting views, opinions. So a day for peace, or a time for peace, is coming up with this Temperance card, and healing. We have to be willing to meet in the middle. And I feel that for some, if we set the tone like that, if we say, you know what, I was adamant that this is what I want, however, I really want us to both be happy, or I really want all of us to be happy, so I'm willing to give in here and just meet everyone in the middle. That is the change that needed to happen, okay, for some, and then everyone else can follow suit. And for others, you will find that someone is talking to you about this, and you get to decide, you know what, okay, if you're willing to do that, I can do that too. And for others, I feel like this is advice you might be giving someone, or someone is giving you, okay? Something like, don't you think it's time to move past this already? Don't you think it's time to let this heal? Don't you think it's time to just let it be? I feel like that's the conversation that might be happening during this weekend with the Temperance card here. But definitely a time for quiet, solitude, meditation, contemplation. Even if it's just walking meditation, you go to the store and back, and as you're walking, you're collecting your thoughts, you're allowing your mind to just run free, and you're visualizing something, or you're imagining something, dreaming something up in your own mind. It still counts as meditation, So and for others, I do feel like this is a focus on your spirituality during this weekend. So making extra time, maybe to do some yoga, maybe to do some meditation, some prayer, maybe to go to church, maybe to visit a sacred place, just to light a candle, okay, to work with your crystals, anything like that, okay, is coming up here as well. Even just to listen to some spiritual music, or some meditation music, or nature sounds, something like that, okay, is coming up, especially with water sounds. I feel that may be very soothing for you. And then we have card number 5. We have the Princess of Swords, and this is the Knight of Swords. So with the Knight of Swords here, for some, I feel like this talks about wanting to get things done. wanting to move things along. It can be a little bit of frustration that things seem to be slowing down. But with this energy, what I'm picking up on is try to go with it, not against it. Okay, so whatever the situation may be, I feel that it may be different a little bit than your original plan. And the message is trying to force it may take you back a couple of steps. Trying to adapt and still keep your eye on the goal, keep your eye on the end result that you're going for, but trying to adapt to the circumstances is actually what's going to get you a lot further along with this. There may be a feeling of rushing, so I don't know if you feel that way or someone's putting pressure on you to do something, to travel, to have a conversation, to make a decision, to make a choice, to do something for them. But there's a feeling of being rushed, feeling under pressure with this Knight of Swords. And if this is the case, once again, remember, why are you doing this? Are you doing this for yourself? Are you doing it for someone else? Do you have to do this? Or is it just something they're trying to pressure you into? Does it have to be now? If you're not feeling up to it, then maybe you shouldn't force yourself. Maybe you shouldn't push yourself, because that may hurt you mentally, emotionally, or physically, okay, with this energy. So I feel like this is where the shift in perspectives comes in for some of you. It's like it's been go, 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 and all of a sudden you have a moment of quiet or a moment of peace. And in that moment you realize, oh, hold on, what am I rushing for? Why am I doing this? Why am I trying to accomplish everything in one day? Why have I been putting so much pressure on myself? Why have I allowed this person or this situation to stress me out? I can only do what I can do, and with the rest I just have to have faith and be ready to act when I'm given the opportunity. But if things are not moving, I might as well just take some time to recharge my batteries, so I'm ready for when things do pick up speed. So there's a realization like that that's coming up with this energy. For others, I feel like this is you. I feel like this is you being authentic. I feel like this is you being true to yourself in a conversation or in a situation where you're saying, no. You're saying, no, sorry. No, I can't. No, I don't have time. No, sorry. And I feel like someone's saying, okay, but what do you do? What are you doing? Why can't you do this? And it's like, the answer that I'm getting is, no offense, I don't have to explain myself. Or with all due respect, I don't have to be crazy busy to, say no to you. I need some time for myself. I need some time to recharge my batteries. I would help you if I could. I just cannot at this time. Okay, so I'm feeling that sort of conversation coming up, because you realize the importance of taking time for yourself. You realize the importance of resting, and it's one of them where you know it's important, but somehow we don't make time for it. So it's like, yeah, I know I need to rest. Yeah, I know I should meditate more, or yeah, I know I should be kinder to myself. But we get lost in life, and we come to the point where we're saying, okay, well, that's not working. I'm not happy. Why am I doing this if it doesn't make me happy? What am I rushing for if it doesn't make me happy, if it's not getting me any results that I'm hoping for? And so it's where the calm comes in. It's where the soothing energy comes in. It's like, okay, I will just be. I will go with it. I will see what the situation is, what my options are. I will adapt to my circumstances. I'm not going to rush myself. I'm not going to force myself to just carry on, to just push through. And I choose to do something for myself during this time. Just one thing for myself before I do everything for everyone else. Okay, so it's that kind of energy. It's a little bit like the strength card, where we're not actually going to war with this. We're not going to fight and be argumentative with people. It's just the realization that, I need some time for myself. Whether or not you're happy with that, that's not my problem. This is what I'm doing because this is what makes me happy. So it is what it is. Okay? So very, very interesting energy for this weekend. A little bit intense. Okay? So, but very beautiful at the same time. If we're willing to embrace this energy and let it take us to where we need to be, and let it heal us where we need healing. Okay? But in order to do that, we have to make time to just sit still, to just be, to just allow. Okay? So that is our reading for the weekend. Very interesting reading. I do look forward to your comments. Let me know how these messages apply to you, if they do, and what this is talking about for you. But I do hope the reading is of use. Thank you so much for all your wonderful support, for liking, for sharing, for subscribing, for commenting, for following me on social media and commenting there. Thank you to my patrons. I appreciate you. And thank you to everyone who is working with me in private readings. I'm very grateful. And actually, thank you to those of you who have already taken advantage of the quick answer readings. I hope you're enjoying your readings. I enjoy doing them. So that's our reading for the weekend. That's our energy for the weekend. Again, I hope it's useful. Let's have a wonderful time ahead. Let's make some time for ourselves, to show ourselves some love and care and nurturing. And I will see you again very soon. Stay tuned. I'll be posting weekly messages for each sign on my blog for next week, as well as working on the September monthlies. Okay, so I'll see you soon. Bye for now.